Hi, good morning. This is Kareem Honeywood with Motorcycle Mama Doula and Wellness LLC. So today we will be going over and starting our introductory video or Zoom call regarding the postpartum planning process. So this Zoom call is titled Postpartum Planning. This is in fact an introductory session, and the reason I just went ahead and just did this more so just the abridged introductory session, because of course, each postpartum plan that's created is tailored to you. So this will be just the introductory session to go over some of the things that we will be going over within our postpartum planning session or our one-on-one between both you, the mom, of course, and me, the postpartum doula. So this one would just be an introductory to give you some content as well as some gems on the postpartum planning process. So as I mentioned last week or in our last video, that I was going to take a few questions that I was going to answer them live as well during this Zoom. A lot of the questions were awesome and amazing questions that I definitely wanted to go through because they very much so actually got into the postpartum planning process. So once again, thank you guys again for joining me today. My name is Kareem Honeywood. I am the owner, founder, and lead doula with Mooncycle Mama Doula and Wellness LLC. I am a birth as well as postpartum doula. I do have fertility coaching and experience, as well as some grief and loss experience as far as with being a doula. Okay, so let's go ahead and just dig in and answer one of the main questions that has been coming to me, like one of the questions that I've noticed constantly in my inbox. So let me go ahead and answer this on live for you guys. So the first thing, this main question, why is it important to postpartum plan? Or what is the importance with postpartum planning, right? So, postpartum care is important because new moms are at risk of serious and sometimes life-threatening health complications. Um, this is one of the biggest things that we've noticed. Once after you have the baby, you're in the hospital for maybe 24, 48 hours, and then you're discharged, you and baby, or sometimes you immediately home. This is around the time where a lot of things can start to transpire. So having a postpartum doula there and having someone that is trained, like a trained eye to know what to look for is very beneficial, especially during those first couple of days, first couple of weeks, first couple of months. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, so new moms are at risk, serious risk, sometimes life-threatening health complications in the days and weeks after giving birth. Too many new moms have or even die from health problems that may, be presented and prevented by getting a postpartum doula and having that postpartum care. Postpartum checkups are important for any new mom, but of course, as we all know, those checkups is more so after the 6 weeks. But then what happens after 6 weeks, right? You're cleared to go back to normal, but are you really back to normal? And these are some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. Okay, so a postpartum plan is a set of preferences for the early weeks and months after your little one arrives, which can include decisions like parental leave, feeding, sleep, household chores, self-care, and mental health concerns, right? Okay, so those are the gist of what we're going to be going through today. So moving right into our next question. So what is the major purpose of postpartum care? So the major purpose of postpartum care is to maintain and promote the health of the woman, the postpartum mother, and her baby, and to foster an environment that offers help and support to the extended family and community, as well as the mother and baby, for a wide range of related health and social needs. Okay, so just to get a little bit further in there, um, and this should more so kind of clear that out. So basically, once after you come home, as I mentioned, you have the baby, you come home, you and baby are discharged home, or you're discharged home. What's next? After going through childbirth, this is an experience that you're not going to just immediately bounce back from and immediately get back to normal. No, this is a major surgery, whether if you have a cesarean or a vaginal birth, it is a very big deal. So having that support from your village, a postpartum doula, and having your team is very, very beneficial during this time because you are going to need the help. And having someone there that can identify certain things, provide you with the necessary resources to not only further assist you, but to further assist your village and your team is best, is something that's best, warranted when you have someone as a postpartum doula on your team because you want to make sure that everyone that's surrounding you and everyone that's providing you with the support is more so knowledgeable on the situation and can help, with no issues and no problems, right? Okay, so moving into our next question. How long should postpartum care last? Okay, so as I mentioned, this is not a time where you're gonna just go down and pop back up. That's not going to happen immediately. So you are going to need to recover. You're going to need to recover. This isn't, once again, this isn't anything that, okay, you just need a few hours and you'll be back to normal. No, you are going to need to relax and recover. Your postpartum recovery won't be just a few days. No, 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 no. Fully recovering from pregnancy and childbirth can take months. While, many women may feel mostly recovered by the 6 to 8 weeks, this is during those checkups, it may take longer than this for you to feel yourself again. So honestly, let me provide you with the breakdown. And this is from a postpartum doula standpoint, right? So 0 to 2 weeks is the co-regulation period. You're just, you're starting the healing process, you got the new baby. This is your co-regulation, right? 2 to 6 weeks is the recovery period. This is for, you and your body. 6 to 12 weeks is the rehabilitation period because even after recovering in your body, slow to heal, you're not fully recovered. And that's why I mentioned, the 6 to 12 weeks is the rehabilitation period because you're going back in. This is where you're actually starting to get back to normal and doing things as normal as you were before. So this is the period that it's going to take for you to basically rehab to further assist your body with the healing process. And of course, when you have a postpartum doula there by your side or a confident, well-knowledgeable team, then you have the structure that you need to ensure that you're healing properly so that you can get back to being yourself completely at 100%. Okay, so as I mentioned, 6 to 12 weeks is the rehabilitation period, and 3 to 12 months, hear me again, 3 to 12 months is the rebuilding period. This is getting everything back to normal. This isn't just, okay, the body healing, your mind healing, you're getting familiarized with everything. No, this is the rebuilding period. This is the period that you need to take to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row, especially if you're looking to, go back to work. That's a main thing. If you are planning to go back to work, what does that look like for you? And those that's actually helping you throughout this process. Or um, if you're not going back to work, and stay at home mom, if you have children, this is like the rebuilding period, getting everything back together the way it was before, um, and even better, right? Because this is a new experience for you. And whether if you are a new mom or a more seasoned mom, you still need the support of a postpartum team as well as a postpartum plan so that everyone is well equipped and knowledgeable and everyone knows what's going on. This way, you all are on the same page, right? Okay. So the bottom line, as I mentioned, and I will mention this again, the bottom line is postpartum care can last forever. So please give yourself time to heal. As with every video, as I mentioned, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Develop a plan, get the help that you need, hire a postpartum doula, me, of course, because why not, right? And heal so you can give 100% when you're ready, not before a super mom. We all wear that S on our chest, because we're super mothers. I am too. But during this time, you have to heal. You have to recover at 100% so that you are fully functional and capable to tackle everything that you were tackling prior to having your bundle of joy. Okay. Okay. So our next question, um, who should be on my postpartum team? So when you think of who should be on your postpartum team, okay, of course your OBGYN, of course your midwife, of course your village. Your village can be your partner, parents, your team, friends, nanny, your postpartum doula, me, of course, a pelvic floor therapist, a mental health therapist, and a lactation consultant. The best thing about having me as far as being your postpartum doula is that I have um, a plethora of resources to help you build your team. As far as locating a pelvic floor therapist, a mental health therapist, as well as a lactation consultant. Finding those key pieces that you would need within your postpartum team. I'm very resourceful and have those resources readily available for you to ensure that you have your team together when the time comes. And and even if you have insurance, because I know I do speak with a lot of mothers that are currently on Medicaid. And I can further assist you with locating those team members that are within your network and are covered by your insurance. So you just let me know. Like I mentioned, these are resources that are readily available for you. And while we are working on your postpartum plan and you're looking to get those key players on your team, I will definitely do as much as I can to ensure that we can find all of those key partners so that your postpartum team is built the way that you want. And of course, just a plug of myself being a postpartum doula. Not only am I very resourceful, I'm very knowledgeable of the postpartum practice. I'm very knowledgeable with creating and assisting you with creating your postpartum plan. So even if you choose me to be your postpartum doula, even though that I would love that, If you decide that you're not looking for a postpartum doula at the moment, but you do need assistance creating a postpartum plan, I do provide those services as well, so that I can ensure that the shortly after giving birth, that once you're discharged to go back home to begin your postpartum process, that fourth trimester, that you have everything set in stone, although some things doesn't turn out the way that we want, but at least you have this guidelines that you have set in stone on what you want your postpartum experience to look like. Okay, so I do provide those services also, and you can find out more on my website. And that is www.mooncyclemama.com. All of that information will be as far as in the follow-up information. So for everyone that actually takes the time out and you registered for this postpartum planning, I will ensure when I send out the slides to everyone that I would include all of that information as well. Like I mentioned, if you're not interested in a postpartum doula at the moment, but you are interested in gaining help from a postpartum doula with creating your postpartum plan, then I can further assist and provide you with those services also, and those can be found on my website. Okay, so okay, so that was just a smaller insight on that. Lastly, if you are ready to get started, please allow Mooncycle Mama Doula and Wellness LLC to help you create your postpartum plan, assemble your team with the appropriate resources, and show up for you during your most vulnerable time. Remember, I don't birth babies, but I birth empowered mamas, partners, and others. Don't sleep. And when I say sleep, this is an acronym. Don't sleep on what I can do to help you during your current phase. So as I mentioned, sleep is an acronym. So we got S for support, L as in listen, E as in power, the other E as in educate, and P as provide care. So don't sleep on what I can do to help you during your current phase. Support, listen, empower, educate, and provide care. And that's what we do here at Mooncycle Mama Doula and Wellness LLC. Okay. Now I see that we did have a few questions rolling in, so just allow me one moment. Let me go ahead and bring up some of you guys' questions. Let's see. Okay, so one of the questions is if I can give a brief introduction of myself. Okay, well, my name is Kerri Honeywood. I again am the owner and I'm lead doula of Mooncycle Mama Doula and Wellness LLC. As I mentioned, I am a certified doula, herbalist, Reiki master, holistic healer, plus more. I've been crowned Mama Bear by many, not only my children. Of course, just if you're into astrology, I am a Cancer rising. So I think that's where that nurturing portion of me comes from. So my passion as a doula comes from wanting to make sure the family, the mother, father, or sibling of the baby are supported through one of the most life-changing events that you'll ever experience. And that's the birth of a child. And I want to ensure that you come out on the other side with positive memories, not trauma induced from fertility, birth, and postpartum. Okay. Why I kind of got into postpartum care. See, being that the maternal mortality rates are increasing in women of color, there is a strong need for support for those women during the childbirth process. Being that I am a woman of color, our needs, pain, and voice is unheard in these spaces. So as I mentioned before, I don't birth babies, but I do birth empowered mothers. And I already told you what my catchphrase is: don't sleep on what I can do to help you during your current phase. And of course, that support: listen, empower, educate, and provide care. So make sure, don't sleep on me now. Don't sleep on me. Okay, let me see what is the next question. Give me one moment. Okay, so more so describe the impact that I'm looking to create, and what do I think that this video will help do. So the impact I want to make is to improve the quality of life for the birthing person as well as her village. More so by nurturing by nurturing the maternal and infant toddler development, by following the continuity of care model, expanding into sibling doula care as well, for ages 0 to 3. So yes, I am working on the continuity of care model. So what does that mean? That means that I'm there from the beginning as far as fertility, to birth, postpartum, and then from postpartum, of course, sibling doula care. But the continuity of care is more so continuously assisting you and providing you assistance in doula care, going from birth to up until the age of 3. Okay. Let's see here. Another question. Even though I answered this on my last live, I will go ahead and answer this now. One of the questions that came in: do I have any other relevant training? Yes, I am certified in holistic diet and nutrition, mindfulness. I am an herbalist, childbirth educator as well. I mentioned I am a Reiki master. And if just in case you didn't know, and I do apologize for the but Reiki does help stimulate the body's own natural healing process, bringing back balance and alignment. So I definitely incorporate Reiki and holistic healing with all of my clients, no matter what stages that they're on, because I find that Reiki is very beneficial, as I mentioned, with bringing back balance and alignment, especially after having a baby, and that being an experience in itself. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so one of the questions, with all of the information that I mentioned as far as the teammates that you would need as far as your postpartum team, am I certified in any of those? So I am a certified lactation specialist. I am not the IBCLC, but I am a specialist, and I know when to refer out to an IBCLC. Um, yeah, so although I may be a specialist, I cannot diagnose or anything like that. However, I can provide you with, some assistance with breastfeeding and making sure that you're able to do so. But of course, during that process, if we're noticing some issues that are unable to be resolved, I am resourceful enough to provide you with the necessary resources so that that can put you back in contact with the correct individual to further assist you with breastfeeding. But yes, I am a certified lactation specialist. Um, and as I mentioned, I have the necessary resources to refer you out, of course. Okay. Being a postpartum doula. Okay, so I kind of answered this one as well, but no worries. So me myself, I do have planned hours as far as with my postpartum doula work. My minimum is the minimum of 4 hours a day. I do offer a daytime evening as well as overnight care. As of recently, I have been getting inquiries for night and overnight care, and that is something that I'm a little bit more comfortable with doing. I do have some hours available for daytime work. We just need to make sure that we're able to get those situated um, beforehand so I can make sure that I have those hours dedicated to you with no hiccups. So, yes, I do work Monday through Saturday, and I do provide evening and overnight care, as well as I do have availability some daytime hours. My minimum hours that I work is 4 hours, minimum 4 hours. Of course, asking these questions in the beginning when locating and finding a postpartum doula will definitely be beneficial because you want to find out and make sure that you find someone that is available during the time slots that you're looking for a postpartum doula. Because if you think, I mean, when you think about it, one of the main things that I notice with those that's looking for the postpartum doula is experiencing no sleep, no sleep. So with me having you as a, with, having me as your postpartum doula, I'm there to help you with those hours to ensure that you gain your sleep as well. And not even just that, but if make sure that you guys sign up for my newsletter. You like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube page, which is Moon Cycle Mama Doula and Wellness on YouTube, as well as Moon Cycle Mama on Facebook and Instagram. Because I will also be having another live where I'll be talking about sleep because that's one of the most things that when bringing a new baby, we're definitely deprived of, and that's sleep. And you need your sleep in order to heal. You need your sleep so that you can be, able to function. That's the big thing. So I don't want to get into that. I see that was one of the questions, but I will be having another live at the end of the month to cap off my month of May Madness with all of the information that I've been providing you guys with. So I'll be sending that out as well. So make sure once again that you guys subscribe to my newsletter or at least follow one of my social media platforms so that you can stay updated on when we come out with some new content or new data. Okay. Um, okay. I think the one, okay, so this will be like one of the last questions that I answer before we go ahead and end this. Um, what services do you provide? So do you cook, clean? So, okay, so yes, I do cook. I do provide nutrition for the fourth trimester. I am certified as far as in food prep. And I make sure that all of the healing, warming meals that are prepared for you during the fourth trimester definitely helps with the immune system building, getting those warm foods that you needed, as well as the items that you need so that you, if you are breastfeeding, to continue to, form your milk. So yes, do I cook? I do cook. Do I clean? I provide light housekeeping. So yes, I do clean, but once again, light housekeeping. I'm not going to tell you that I do windows because I don't. I'm not going to tell you that I'm doing whole housework, like full housework. No, no, I do not. But I do provide light housekeeping. Yes, I do cook. Yes, I do a few loads of laundry. And of course, this will be your laundry as far as mom. This will be the baby's laundry as well. And if you're a single mom, then of course that changes a little bit on what I do provide. But as long as you have your village there, I can knock out at the very least 3 loads of laundry, wash and dry. And of course, fold it and make sure that it's nice and neatly for you so it's accessible when you need it. Do I run errands? Yes, I do run errands. Yes, I do. So if you need some errands ran, to say, you needed pads, I'm a woman, of course, I don't have a problem with getting that. Different things. If you need things picked up, I can do that. I'm there to make sure that you're able to continue continue on with life and make sure that you have the things that you need. So yes, I do run errands. Newborn care. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And that is one of the most key things, like what I do. So yes, I do provide newborn care. So I do provide baby care. So not only am I there for you, I'm there for your village or a family, and for the baby as well. So yes, I do provide newborn care. Um, that is like one of the funnest things that I enjoy doing as well. I mean, all of it is amazing. I really love what I do, but interacting with the baby, of course, that's fun. So yes, I do provide baby care as well. Um, okay, so I think someone just asked the same question as far as clean, cook, laundry, errands, and baby care. And do I help with sleep? So as I mentioned, yes, 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 I am certified as far as with sleep care. So I am here and I will provide you with tips and help you to better equip to ensure that the baby is sleeping properly, you are actually getting your sleep, and the household is staying asleep. And we're talking about longer than 30 minutes. So, yes, I do provide that as well. Okay. Let me see. Let's see, was there? I'm just checking to see if there was any other questions that I can answer for you guys. Okay, so yes, so when you, as I mentioned, this is just the introductory regarding postpartum care. But if we were together and we were working on your postpartum plan, there's an extensive steps that we go through with doing them, and it's a little bit more in depth, and we kind of break everything down from team member to team member, and to let what's your position, what you need to do, how it needs to be done. This way we're all on the same page, because having a team and you're assembling your team, you don't want anyone to step on anyone's toes. You want to make sure that everyone is present during the time that you need, and make sure everything is good to go, of course. So yes, that is something that I also do as well. Because coming in as far as a postpartum doula, um, I don't want to come into the home and step on anyone's toes or try to tell anyone what to do. I want to be there where we're all on the same page and we're all there with a common goal to ensure that you and the baby and the household runs smoothly, and to make sure that if you have a partner or a family, or like I mentioned, your village that's in there, that they're also getting the necessary support as well. Mm-hmm. Um, Let me see. See, do we have anything else? Okay, let's see. No. Okay, so that's nothing. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this question is one of the questions that I will be going through when we actually create your postpartum plan. But I've noticed this is another question that is a great question. Everyone wants to know, what should you pack when you take to the hospital and when you're discharged? Okay, so From our experience providing, from my experience providing doula services, and our own research, talking with other parents. Here I can provide you with like a short little version of some of the things that you must have when going into the hospital, as well as coming home. Okay, so hold on one second. Okay, so some of the must-haves that you should have when you're packing your bag to go to the hospital. Of course, your insurance card and your birth plan info if you did create one. And if you did not create a birth plan, I can further assist you with creating the birth plan as well as the postpartum plan. So no worries, I do provide those services also. So the insurance card and your birth plan, you would at least need 2 to 3 pairs of warm non-slip socks for walking around the hospital because of course we got to make sure that you stay warm and that we continue on with those exercises so that you can get your body fully in that birth position and get the baby's head down there, right? Okay. Yeah, I know as far as with the non-slip socks, the hospital will provide you with pairs, but it doesn't hurt for you to pack a few pairs inside of your bag as well. Okay. A warm robe or sweater that you wouldn't mind possibly being ruined. Okay, so the reason I say this is because we understand as far as that the hospitals have to be cold. That's how germs are killed and all of that. So we want to make sure that at least, at the very least, that you have a warm robe or warm sweater in the event that it gets blood on it or any bodily fluids that you wouldn't have a problem with it being ruined. Okay, so that's why I mentioned that. I will say nursing bras or maternity bras. Um, Maternity bras, if you're not nursing, of course, nursing bras, if you are, um, breastfeeding is very beneficial to the baby. And during birth, once the baby is born, and you should have a doula or there's someone there that can further assist you get that baby latched so that baby can start breastfeeding immediately. No worries. If you have me on your team, I'm definitely there to provide you with that necessary support. Okay. So as I mentioned, nursing bras or maternity bras if you're non-nursing and nursing pads. Even if you're non-nursing, you may still be leaking in the early days. Yeah, so nursing pads, that would be cool. And I even noticed like, okay, if you don't have any nursing pads immediately, it was a mom, she used like panty liners, right? Because you just need something that will absorb and won't wet your clothes. So she was using panty liners in a bra until she was able to get some nursing pads so that she wouldn't ruin all of her shirts. Okay. Lip balm, because in that cold air and you licking your lips, you need some. And of course, again, with having me as your doula, I always give like those little care packages and lip balms and nursing pads and certain things that I'm going to be going over in this list are actually in those baskets. So that's a good thing. Okay. Toiletries. You should bring like your hairbrush, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, face wash, makeup if you are up for making up your face. Hey, some of us don't care. Some of us wants to be fabulous. And honey, be fabulous if that's the way that you want to um give your birth. Okay. Let's see. Shampoo, conditioner, lotion. Just in case, don't want to be ashy. Mhm. But of course, if you have your partner there or your doula, so forth. And if you have that and you want to make sure that you're not ashy and people ain't seeing your ashy ankles and stuff, excuse me, I can provide you with the necessary resources and assistance to make sure that I go ahead from there and get those ankles lotioned up. So yes, I do help you within that realm as well. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so contact lenses. I would say if you do wear contacts, decide on instead of wearing your contacts, just grabbing your glasses. You are not going to be thinking about removing your contact lenses at the end of the evening. You're not going to be thinking about trying to put your contacts in. So it's best to at least have your trusty pair of glasses with you. This way you can remove those on and off, and you don't have to go through all of that trauma. So next one, as I mentioned, eyeglasses. Okay, and ponytail holder or sports headband. We all know, depending upon the hairstyle, that hey, you don't want your hair all in your face. You want to at least look a little bit put together. But we understand when you're giving birth, it kind of doesn't matter, because you're exhibiting pain and you're doing all of the pushing, the moving around. So you don't have to have a hairstyle, at least a ponytail holder to throw your hair back into a pony. That would be great to move it all out of your face. A sports headband, so if you're sweating and blood and bodily fluids, you can push back your hair and all of that, so you don't have to worry about that also. Okay. Let me see here. Now, we all know how when you go to the hospital, they tell you that you can't eat anything, and they give you that amazing hospital ice just to make sure that your mouth stays wet and your body stays hydrated during that time, because you're not able to eat or drink per the hospital staff. However, this is your birth, so you don't necessarily have to not eat. You don't have to not drink. This is your birth. So if you want to eat and drink, we can assist you with that as far as doulas. But we're not gonna just say we're gonna bring you a 10-course meal and try to get you to eat all of that and digest that, especially during the time where you're actually having birth. The main thing is that we don't want you to have anything that can cause you to choke. Um, you don't want anything that can cause you to choke, or anything to happen in the event that you need further help during that time when you're giving birth. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. That's that coffee. It got me, it's supposed to have me filling up, but it definitely gave me the reverse effects. Okay. So the next thing, a pen and a notepad. This would be an amazing time for you to actually start journaling. Journaling your experience all the way up until once the baby is born. So this is a great time to journal, or to, make those little diary notes. This is even a great time for you if you want to postpartum plan, because you already know at this point you don't have anything much else to do but just to get comfortable. So this would be the best time to go over a postpartum plan with you also. um okay, so the next thing, and this is not necessarily for you, it could be, but this could be for partner as well, to make sure that you bring lots of change for the vending machine, and non-perishable snacks in the event that the cafeteria is closed. So you want to make sure that whatever that you have, that you're getting the nutrients that you need as well. And in the event that the cafeteria is closed, that you got some snacks that can you know hold you over, and you got things that's not gonna spoil if they're not in the refrigerator. Okay. Definitely your cell phone chargers, and have your listing. You can have this in your notebook of the people to call after birth to let them know, hey, you just gave birth, or if there's any issues and you went by yourself, at least you have this so where there are some point people that the hospital can call, or you can call. But your hospital, your nurse, They can call as well to make those calls to those people that you want to be notified once after you gave birth. Camry, a camera, memory card, and a charger. So of course, if you don't have enough space, having that memory card would be awesome because you can catch all of the highlights, play by play. That goes hand in hand with the camera. And then having the charger so you don't have to worry about you taking photos and then your phone goes dead or your camera dies while you're trying to catch the play by play. So make sure you have all of those items also. Okay, so all of these things can go, of course, in that packed bag with a change of clothes as well as toiletries for your partner. This way, both of you guys have everything that you need. So for those couple of days that you're going to be in the hospital, you're completely situated. And of course, although we talked about snacks for you, Mom, make sure that your partner got some snacks up in there as well because they're going to need something to hold them over because they can eat and you not so much. So make sure that you guys got an adequate amount of snacks in your bag, right? Okay, so now these questions here, take it or leave it. It's not a mandatory that you have these. An extra pillow with a colored pillowcase so you don't mix up with the hospital pillow. That's up to you if you want to bring an extra pillow that's soft and comfortable. You can definitely do so. Just make sure that you bring a colored pillowcase so you know it won't be confused with the hospital's pillow, right? Going home clothes. That works as well to make sure, once after you shower and get together, then you have you some fresh, clean clothes to go home in. Something that's in the event that you have an accident, that you won't get too upset if they get ruined. A bath towel, because we know with the towels in the hospital, they will probably be thin, very thin, possibly itchy. So bringing your own towel, that will be very beneficial for you. This way, you'll be dried off completely. It'll be yours. It's not itchy, things like that. Um, Some moms decide, just like I mentioned about the makeup, some moms decide, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to look fabulous when I leave the hospital. So if you want to bring your favorite blow dryer and flat irons, you can do that as well to ensure that your hair is washed and blow dried as well as flat ironed. Um, oh, okay. So this one, your soap. Now, of course, is there they give you antibacterial soap in the hospital. I usually stick with the antibacterial soap, to be completely honest. I see that as being very beneficial, especially when depending upon, what type of weather, if it was vaginal or whether if it was a cesarean section. I think that antibacterial soap is very beneficial to use. I wouldn't say to bring other soaps, but, that's up to you as well. Um, you bring a shampoo, especially depending upon your hair type. You don't want that hospital shampoo that's going to strip the oils and all that from your hair. So yes, you can bring your fave shampoo if you like. Regarding pads, sanitary napkins. The hospital, of course, will supply you with these and ensure that you have the pads that you need when leaving the hospital. But of course, you can bring your own. A few pairs of granny panties, or it depends. Reason being, once again, this way we are ensuring that you're comfortable. You're not ruining any of your clothes, and you're better supported. So that's why I said granny panties, pads, depends. Of course, the hospital will have a few disposable pair of underwear for you. Um, Okay, let's see. Very light reading. Some of these things I've already answered, but this one is pretty cool. So very light reading materials. So when I mean very light reading materials, think magazines or newspapers. Think some light things that you can bring with you that if you have to get rid of, you can. So like grab your fave magazine or get a newspaper, get that day's newspaper. And this way you can have something that you can stay in tune with the world, what's going on. And you have something that you can use to as a distraction to keep your mind busy and off the pain, right? Okay. Oh, next thing is remember the little MP3 players that they used to have? Those were so awesome, just like in the day and ages of cassette tapes and cassette tape holders, CD players. So make sure that you at least that your phone is loaded with like your favorite tunes, of course, something that you can vibe with while you're there to more so help distract you from the pains as well. So that's cool. Okay, and then the next thing is okay, so when you're leaving, what you do want to leave home, right? First off, any clothes, panties, or nighties, nightgowns, or something that you really like and you don't want to be ruined, don't want it to get ruined, to leave it at home, don't bring it. Valuables. Now I know that you're coming in and you want to look fabulous, but mama, we can't keep an eye on your valuables, especially during that time. You can lose rings, you can lose earrings, watches, anything jewelry related. It's best if you leave at home. This way you don't even have any worries about that. If anything gets lost or misplaced during the childbirthing experience. And once after the childbirth experience, when you're getting ready to go home. Okay. Now, what you would bring for the baby? Because I noticed that was a question. It kind of went by so fast. So I did get to you. I did get it. So what to bring for your baby or the babies, right? A car seat that is mandatory. Mandatory. You can't go home. You and the baby can't go home without a car seat. So a car seat is mandatory. A coming home outfit for the baby. That would be beneficial. Of course, having a little socks, little hand mittens, a hat, all of these things, some of these things that will be provided by the hospital, but of course, having your own is like a breath of fresh air, so you don't have to worry about it. But blankets for the ride home. Because of course they're going to give you like the little receiver blankets, but you want something warm and comfortable, especially depending upon the type of weather and during, the type of day when the baby is born and when you guys are discharged home. They do they frown at snowsuits because babies can very easily overheat in snowsuits. And of course, right now it's May, we're leading to June, so we're going into warmer weather. But if you are a mom giving birth during those winter months, they do frown against snowsuits. So consider swaddlers, the big swaddling, um, thick swaddlers. That would be good. Hats, little baby hats. Of course, that's something that they give you in the hospital, but those are like sometimes out of shape. So, of course, bringing a little baby hat, they're so adorable. Bringing one in for your baby so you don't have to worry about fussy and colicky and all of that. But a nice hat for the baby, that would be amazing as long as it is seasonally appropriate. So, nothing too thick and we're in, spring and summer, and nothing too thin if, we're in the wintertime. So, that's what we got there. And that looks to be like some of the things that you guys asked me. So at this time, I will leave the floor open for additional questions. If you guys have any. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna leave the floor open for some questions. Hold on, because I may have gotten some questions here also. Okay. 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 Do I see any questions here? No. Okay. Okay, so I don't see any, let's see here. Okay, so I don't see any additional questions. As I mentioned, thank you guys all for joining me today on our introductory of postpartum planning to get the slides of this course and everything. They will be sent out automatically for those that actually registered for this event. Um, so be on the lookout for that. As I mentioned, I will also include some amazing little tips within that email when I send this attachment for the slide for this video. You see? Okay. So I want to thank you guys again for taking the time out to join me on this live Zoom meeting where we went over the introductory period of postpartum planning. My name is Kerri Honeywood. I'm the owner founder of Moon Cycle Mama Doula and Wellness LLC. Once again, if you guys want to find out where I am and how you can stay connected, I am on social media at Moon Cycle Mama on Facebook as well as Instagram, Moon Cycle Mama Doula and Wellness on YouTube. Um, um, Mooncycle Mama Doula and Wellness. Mooncycle Mama Doula and Wellness. You can also find me on Google. So you can definitely Google Mooncycle Mama Doula and Wellness and all of my information will come up there. And you can also visit me on my website, which is www.mooncyclemama.com. So once again, thank you guys so much for taking the time out with me, and you have an amazing day. Bye.